Coach, I think we're ready to get going. Why don't you kind of just give us your opening statement, and then we'll take a couple questions.
Obviously, gutty performance by our kids, starting our third quarterback in 3 weeks, starting a kid that's practiced for 3 days. We knew going in, or we thought going in, low scoring, tight. Both teams are going to play close to the best. They're going to take some shots. We're going to take some shots, but both teams are going to rely on their defense. Obviously, pretty limiting offensively. Just when you got a kid that practices for 3 days, you don't have your full complement of playbook or plays for a variety of reasons. One, just where's his legs at? So some of the things you'd like to do with him, you're really probably not ready to do yet. And then just obviously from a mental standpoint, he has not taken a team rep since the spring. You're not going to have 46 runs and pass plays at your beck and call to attack Kent State's defense. So we knew going in, we talked all week, we're going to have to play defense, we're going to have to play special teams, we're going to have to take care of the ball, and we're going to have to score enough points to win the game, but it's not going to be a wide open attack. And there's some things you'd like to do to attack them that you really just can't do based on your situation at quarterback. So game one just kind of according to script. Defense kept us in. It's played tremendous football. We put them on one short field. After they pooch punt us, we got to get it out of there so we don't put them back on the 32. Ken took advantage of that. We put together a nice drive before the half. Gus extended that drive with a 4th and 5 run that just barely got the first down. Had some chances to score, misfired on some throws. He didn't throw it great in the first half, obviously going 3 for 9, and looked a little bit rusty, out of sorts a little bit at times in the first half, but was competing hard. But we got a key field goal, get 7-3. Then they put together a nice drive in the second half, obviously get to 14-3, and that's when the offense really kind of took care of the defense for once. The defense had been kind of controlling the play for Miami and keeping us in the game, and the offense answers with an 80-yard drive. We hit Zoe, and really good for our defense at that point because they've been playing really, really well, and now they're down 14-3, and they really need a response from our offense, and it was a huge response from our offense. Defense goes back and obviously plays the way they've been playing. Kyle Kramer with the pooch punt. We get the safety. It's 14-12, back and forth. We kind of save our timeouts. We get the ball back. We think we have a first down. It gets overturned. The spot gets overturned by the replay official, which I still think we're 0 for the year with the replay official. We haven't got one. We're going to get a couple coming up, but we have not got one go our way yet. So really difficult at that point. You're on the 29.5. There's 5 minutes left, 5+ minutes left. You have timeouts. Your defense is playing really good, so that's factoring in. I think we're going to get a stop, but you're punting into the wind, which no one had really punted well into the wind all day. There was a couple decent punts, but a lot of very short punts. So you're punting for the 29. If you don't get a good punt, you're going to lose some field position. You only need a half a yard. If they get a couple first downs, game's over. You don't even get the ball back. Just felt like with our defense, the way they were playing, that we were going to get it back, and we had timeouts. And Kramer bangs one 48 yards into the wind, which was huge for a fair catch. Then our defense gives up a first down. Now you're a little bit, should have we went for it? But then defense gets a nice stop. We still had plenty of time with timeouts left to move the ball. Did a nice job right away. Gus doesn't force it, flips it out to Maurice. Maurice gets us like 16 yards on a little bit of a dump down. Then we hit Maurice on a run play for 5. So we're 2nd and 5 at the 45. There's an injury stoppage. Our kids did a nice job. We were ready to go. We had a timeout left. Obviously, we didn't want to lose. We were ready to go. We go to empty. They decide to pressure us and play cover zeroing. We got Kenny Young one-on-one on their Will Backer, which obviously was a good matchup for us. And Gus does a nice job, even though he's not protected, of poised under pressure. There's a guy coming at him, and he knows, and he kind of takes his time and kind of jumps up and fires. It hits Kenny in the chest, and then obviously Kenny turns the corner and does the rest with a little help from James Gardner. So we always talk in the 2-minute situations, you typically have one chance to win the game. You usually don't give you 2 or 3 chances. There's probably a play in a 2-minute drive where if you don't execute on that play, it's probably not going to happen. And that was kind of our chance when they went cover zero, and we beat a guy one-on-one and made a big play. So huge confidence builder. Morale, yes, but our morale was pretty good. Is it better? Yes. Did it help morale? But if you've been around our kids, we haven't we haven't had any morale. Our kids have been competing and playing in intensity and energy. Now, certainly it helps, but confidence is what it really helps, because we've been in these games. We've had 2 fourth-quarter leads. We've had 3 other games that in the fourth quarter you have a chance to make a play or two to win a game, and that's when we haven't been able to get it done. And then Saturday, you look at the end of the game, stop. If we don't get a stop, game's over. Touchdown, we don't get at least the field goal, game's over. Then defense gets another stop, and Kyle Kramer on special team pitches in between with a huge special teams play. So all 3 facets in the last 5 minutes got their job done, and obviously we needed them to, and got it out a hard-fought victory. So it was a very good day, very good for our kids, very rewarding for them, how hard they've persevered. And the nice thing is we're 1-2 in the league, and we're 1 game out of first. And just the way the league is crazy as always. And OU and Akron are 2-1, and us and Kent are 1-2, and the other teams don't have a win. So Miami's in 3rd place, I would say. We beat Kent, so we got the tiebreaker on Kent. I'll take 3rd place from where we've been, and just things to build on for us. Like for us, realistic for our kids is that's what we're focusing on. We're in 3rd in our half of the MAC. Can we win this week and get a little help? And maybe we're tied for 1st at the end of Saturday night. So just keep trying to build on it, and keep trying to gain confidence, and keep trying to play the game the right way.
One thing we didn't touch on Saturday was in Kent State's first possession, you guys commit that 4th down penalty that keeps that drive alive, and people are thinking, oh, here we go again. But you finished with just 4 for 28 yards. How crucial was the lack of penalties in that game? Because you guys had been committing a lot going in.
No, like I said, we were better a week ago on offense. We weren't better a week ago on defense against Akron. And then this week we were better on both sides of the ball. And then the critical play after is the T.J. Williams interception. 2 plays later, they take points off the board, and we get an interception. They end up with no points there, and obviously it's critical throughout the course of the game, not having those 3 points or even converting to 7 afterwards. So our defense making a stand. Then obviously, I think only 3 penalties the rest of the way was critical, and only the 1 turnover. So things we're really trying to focus on to give us the best chance to win. We were better at Saturday.
Yeah, you had touched on the standings of your division. You're tied for 3rd. Bowling Green and you guys have the exact same record. What are going to be the keys of coming out of there with a win?
Again, defense, we have to play. They're explosive on offense. Tailbacks, receivers, strong arm quarterback. So we're going to have to really play good on defense and not let them. They had a big week last week against Toledo, scoring 35 points, 28 in the second half against Toledo. And they can score in a hurry with explosive big plays, much like an Akron team that can score from out, and they go super fast. So you got to get lined up, and you got to get your chess pieces in the right place very quickly. And then we got to continue to build on the second half offensively. We obviously didn't get a lot done in the first half at all until that 2-minute drive, and then the second half still wasn't awesome, but we did put together 2 nice drives. But we got to build on what we're doing, and then obviously, whether it's Gus or whether it's Billy, continue to add to our arsenal on offense and be more aggressive offensively without turning the ball over.
So where's that whole situation stand right now? Is Billy going to be available this week? Do we know yet?
He's been available the last 2, but just kind of emergency basis. He's getting better. I think this week or next week he'll be cleared for full go. We don't know yet. If we played today, he would be more of an emergency basis, but we don't play today. We have a few more days, so we'll kind of just see how the week plays out. So it's kind of where we've been at quarterback. Just kind of go day by day and see who's healthy, see who's not healthy, see who can do what.
So assuming Billy doesn't play, would Gus get the start again?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if we play today, no doubt.
How did he come out of the game health-wise?
Good. His knee was fine. His knee was fine during the game. His knee felt fine yesterday. He's obviously pretty sore because he has not played any football, let alone game football, for 6 months. So I think the rest of his body is a little sore than normal. I mean, you're always sore after a game. I think he's more sore than normal just because that was usually don't take 6 months off and then jump in the fire like that. I think every muscle in his body didn't feel so great on Sunday, but it was a good sore. As he said, he was smiling from ear to ear, say, I don't feel great, but it's great to feel this way because I've been waiting for 6 months to get back out here.
Pretty good. Coach, appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you.